All right. As we discussed previously, we're going to go through and do a 24-hour recall. So we're going to talk about what you ate and drank in the last 24 hours. It'll give us an idea of what you eat, how you typically prepare the food you eat, where you eat, and then we can discuss also any vitamins and supplements and things like that that you take as well.
Okay.
Before we get going, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. So we're going to do this 24-hour recall from 12:01 a.m. to midnight yesterday. So we won't start the clock now. We're just going to cover yesterday completely. So starting as soon as you woke up yesterday, what was the first thing you ate?
The first thing I had was a cup of coffee.
Okay.
So no cream or sugar.
Just black coffee?
Just black coffee.
Okay. Do you normally have 1 cup? Do you have 2?
I'll do about 1 cup every few days.
Okay. So yesterday you only had 1 cup?
Just 1.
Okay. Do you prepare this coffee yourself?
Occasionally. But
Okay.
yesterday was from Starbucks.
Okay. All right. We'll revisit that one then. Did you eat anything with the coffee?
No. A little bit later I had breakfast, which was some bacon.
Okay.
And a little bit of eggs.
Okay.
And a couple of slices of apple.
Okay. Do you know about what time you ate?
Yesterday was around 9:30ish.
Okay. And you ate all 3 things at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. Was the bacon plain or seasoned?
There was some pepper on it, otherwise plain.
How do you prepare your eggs?
In a frying pan, just scrambled eggs.
Scrambled. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you add anything to them?
There was some cheese and a little bit of turkey cold cuts in there.
Okay. And you said a few slices of an apple?
Maybe half an apple yesterday.
Half an apple. Okay. What kind of apple was it?
Red Delicious.
All right. After breakfast, did you have a mid-morning snack? Did you eat anything between lunch or breakfast and
No,
lunch?
just a little bit for lunch.
All right, so let's talk about lunch. Do you know about what time you ate?
It was probably 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish.
All right. What did you have for lunch?
Yesterday I had some sliced up cheese.
What kind of cheese was it, real quick?
Extra sharp cheddar.
Okay. And then what else?
And there was some cut up turkey again, a little bit of cut up ham, and had some like those flat pretzels to put them on.
Okay. When you say turkey and ham, do you know what kind they were? And did it have any seasoning or flavoring?
Cracked pepper turkey.
Okay.
And I think it's some kind of honey ham.
Okay. And were the pretzels plain?
A little bit of salt on them.
Okay. But no other flavoring?
No.
All right. So after lunch, how about an afternoon snack or anything that you drank? Coffee, tea, soda?
No, just water throughout the day.
Okay. We'll address that really quickly. About how much water do you think you drank yesterday? If this is a 32-ounce cup right here, how many of these do you think you had?
3 to 4.
Okay. So a cup of coffee and then water?
Yep.
All right. And you said no afternoon snack that you can think of. Do you know what time you had dinner?
Dinner was about 6:30.
What did you eat?
Chicken wings that were cooked on a smoker.
All right. What
And
flavor were they?
They had barbecue seasoning, just a
Like a sauce or a season? Like
a season first.
Okay.
And that was just like a pre-made season.
Mm-hmm.
And then And the sauce afterward was some Stubbs barbecue.
Okay. What'd you eat with your chicken wings?
Aside from, I have a little blue cheese on the chicken wings.
All right.
And then I had a corn on the cob.
How was the corn on the cob cooked?
It was on the smoker as well. Had a little bit of olive oil and then some like Italian seasoning and some salt.
All right. Did you put butter on it?
I did not. I should have. I didn't.
So chicken wings with some blue cheese dressing and corn on the cob. Corn on the cob for dinner. Anything else with dinner?
A little bit of mac and cheese.
Okay. What type of macaroni and cheese was it?
Some kind of Trader Joe's mac and cheese. Gluten-free.
Okay. Did it have anything in it besides the actual pasta and the cheese? Any vegetables or meat or anything mixed in?
I don't think so.
All right. And when you say you had a little bit of it, are we talking like this right here is a fourth of a cup? Do you think you had a fourth of a cup? Did you have a cup? Where are we in that?
Probably about a fourth to a third of a cup.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. And really quickly before we go back and get some more specifics on the stuff you ate yesterday, did you take any vitamins or supplements or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned that you got your coffee at Starbucks yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The other meals that we talked about, where did you eat those?
Home.
And did you prepare all of the food yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Or my spouse.
Okay. But it wasn't purchased anywhere.
No.
And none of it was pre-made. Like the chicken wings weren't
No.
pre-made and then you just warmed them up.
No.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit more about lunch and breakfast, actually. Do you know the brand of the bacon you ate?
I don't. It was something we ordered.
Okay. All right. What about the cheese and the lunch meat you had with your lunch?
I think the cheese was Boar's Head. Or the meat was Boar's Head and the cheese, I think that might have been a Kroger brand or something.
Mm-hmm. What about the pretzels?
Glutino, maybe?
Are they gluten-free?
They are.
Okay. The barbecue seasoning that you said was pre-made, do you know the brand?
No.
All right. What about, you said Stubbs barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the dressing, the blue cheese dressing. Do you know what brand that was?
No.
All right. Italian seasoning. Do we have a brand?
I believe that's a Simple Truth.
Okay. You already told me the macaroni and cheese was from Trader Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about portions a little bit.
Okay.
If you had to tell me how much bacon you ate yesterday, it's kind of hard with bacon because it comes in strips, but normally they say like a serving of meat is normally like the palm of your hand.
Okay.
So if you had to say, in terms of the size of the palm of your hand, how many servings of bacon you ate yesterday morning? Or you can tell me the number of strips if you remember.
I
like
probably had about 8 strips.
8 strips, okay.
Yeah.
How many eggs?
Just maybe 1.
1 egg?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know how much lunch meat and cheese you added into your eggs?
A small portion, maybe like a quarter portion of, if you're going by the palm of your hand meat, maybe like a quarter portion.
Was it pre-sliced, the
It
lunch
was.
meat? Did you use one entire slice? Or
It was a big batch, so I just had part of the batch.
it was the scrambled eggs. Got ya.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think maybe, you said a portion of the palm of your hand?
Yeah.
Like half, third,
Probably a quarter.
a quarter? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm guessing we don't know about the cheese
Correct.
in that instance.
Yeah.
Okay. About a half an apple. Was it a smaller apple or is it one of the really big ones?
Maybe this guy.
Like a baseball size
Sure.
apple? Okay. And then when we talk about lunch, you said you had some sliced up cheese and lunch meat.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think you ate While you were sitting there having lunch? Were you
Probably
eating slices of lunch meat? Okay.
Yeah, so 4 or 5 slices of lunch meat.
Of each kind?
All together.
Okay.
Maybe about half and half.
Okay. What about the cheese?
And the cheese,
Was it pre-sliced or did you slice it yourself?
we sliced it. So maybe enough to fill a third of a cup.
All right. And what about the pretzels? If we're talking these measuring cups again, how many pretzels do you think you ate?
It probably would fill a cup.
A cup, okay. So with dinner, the chicken wings, do you remember how many you ate?
About a dozen.
Okay. And were these chicken wings the ones where it's one large piece with like the two parts connected, or were they were broken?
Split up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you measure out your barbecue sauce, or was it rubbed onto the wings?
Kind of rubbed on there. So altogether, I probably used about a cup for all of the wings. So each one got a lot less of that. Maybe.
Would you say maybe you ate somewhere around like a teaspoon yourself?
Sure.
Okay.
Teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Yeah.
1 to 2 teaspoons. Okay. How about that blue cheese dressing?
Probably about a quarter cup.
Okay. Quarter cup. And the corn on the cob. Did you have an entire cob?
1 cob.
Okay.
And then there might have been a teaspoon a teaspoon of olive oil on there.
All right. On that entire cob.
Yeah, maybe not. Probably not even.
Okay. So I'm gonna go over this really quickly. Make sure that I've written everything down correctly, and then you're gonna let me know if we have any gaps, if we have some things that we haven't remembered. So yesterday morning, to start the day, you had black coffee from Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
What size was that cup?
20 ounces.
20 ounces? Okay. Do you remember what time you drank it?
8-ish.
Okay. I forgot to ask you that, so we'll write that down. All right, and then for breakfast at about 9:30 at home, you had 8 strips of bacon. You had 1 egg that was scrambled with about a quarter portion of meat and some cheese mixed in, although it's hard to know how much because you said it was a larger batch made for multiple people and you just had some of it.
Right.
And then a half of a Red Delicious apple.
Correct.
No snack in between breakfast and lunch. Lunch was somewhere between 12:30 and 1. You had some Kroger sliced cheese. It was extra sharp cheddar, approximately a third of a cup. Boar's head turkey lunch meat and ham lunch meat, about 5 slices combined. Okay? And then you think about a cup of those gluten-free pretzels.
Yes.
Nothing to eat until dinner.
No.
At about 6:30 when we had 12 chicken wings with some barbecue sauce, about a fourth of a cup of blue cheese dressing, corn on the cob with olive oil, seasoning, and salt, and somewhere between a third to a quarter of a cup of macaroni and cheese.
Sounds right.
Okay. And then you estimate during the day you drank 3 to 4 32-ounce cups of water.
Yeah, about.
Okay. Can you think of anything else we haven't talked about? I know I mentioned vitamins and supplements again, but if you're taking a multivitamin or
nothing.
protein shakes.
Protein shakes occasion, but not yesterday.
Not yesterday. So since you said that sometimes you do, but not yesterday, is this a typical day for you? Is this how you normally eat, or would you say this is on the lighter side?
I would say the amount is probably pretty similar. The times vary because yesterday was the weekend, so my breakfast and lunch are usually a little bit earlier. Other than that, fairly typical.
And the 3 meals happen for you?
Most days.
Most days. Okay. Are you doing anything like intermittent fasting? Are you restricting calories? Are you watching low fat, high fat, low sodium, high sodium, any of those things?
Occasional intermittent fasting. I'll skip a breakfast.
Okay.
Not low fat or high fat. I try for higher protein. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Unless you can think of anything else you want to add, this should wrap up our recall for now.
Okay, I think that's it.
Okay. Thanks.